Everybody, Stuff from the Hot Movement Podcast, and Nico Harrison just cannot catch a break. And this is now self-inflicted, right? I mean, I'm the guy that kind of gave, like, you know, try to give him a pass a little bit of just kind of like, look, man, he's a GM. He has to be the proverbial whipping boy or boy to get whipped in front of all this and take all the backlash from the Luka Doncic trade, and most likely it was coming from ownership. Okay. Luka had his return last week. That went very well for Luka Doncic and the Dallas fan base in terms of getting to see the former star back, and just the tribute was very lovely. And as Nico Harrison is hiding in the tunnel, because he can't really be showing face as he's getting booed nonstop. Fire Nico, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Not good. And I just thought that, you know what? Yes, you can get on him for not getting the most back from the trade, but the most likely the ownership did not want Luka Doncic being traded, then he would not be traded. How many times do you hear that GMs want players gone or whatever, but the owner wants to keep them? We heard of a situation in Denver, okay, where the owner wanted to keep, reportedly the owner wanted to keep Michael Porter Jr. and the GM wanted to trade him, right, to get Luka Doncic, to get Jokic some help. I'm not comparing Michael Porter to Luka Doncic, okay? I'm just talking about just the scenario, the dynamics of like understanding that ownerships do have the final say, not the GM. The GM can facilitate and coordinate on the behalf of what the owner wants if the owner decides to step in. Some owners just let the GMs run however the team they want, and they just cut the check, just build me a winning product, okay? Well, it seems like the Dallas Mavericks GM or owner is a little more involved than just doing that. Okay, so they're speaking at an event with the CEO of the Mavericks, Mike Phelps, okay, and Nico had some things to say. Okay, so I don't have video of this. I couldn't find a video of what he had to say, but it says Harrison. But they did have some. They kept some more memorable questions or comments that Nico responded to. So, anyways, Harrison on how he responded to the outrage of the fan base. Why does he think Patrick Dumont should not take them up on the advice to fire him? Well, the beauty of Dallas is it's a passionate fan base. For us to reach our goals, we need that fan base. And to be honest with you, every trade I've made since I've been here has not been regarded as a good trade. So sometimes it takes time. When I traded for Kyrie, it was met with a lot of skepticism. It was graded as a terrible trade. You didn't see it right away, but eventually everyone agreed that it was a great trade. When I traded for Gaff Lively, okay, look, I don't know where the skepticism came from the Kyrie trade. I thought it was actually an interesting, unique trade. You have two ball dominant guards. You have two guards that, eventually they figured out like they can go off and go nuclear, and it did net them getting to an NBA final. So that wasn't a bad trade. Lively, Gafford. So I do give him I get that. Getting Gafford, I understand that wasn't a bad trade. Getting Spencer Dinwiddie back, all that stuff. I understand that. Okay. But here's where he's asked, did you feel like you maximized the term for Luka? This is where things get weird. Okay, he was asked about, asked if he got maximized. Did he max Harrison on if he felt like the Mavs maximized return for Luka Doncic? Okay, when you look at this trade, we targeted AD with our philosophy of defense with championships. We wanted a two-way player. The same shit over and over again. Okay, Anthony Davis, come on now. And look, for 26 minutes, Anthony Davis, it looked like the trade was working out. Okay, but injury prone, and you expecting a 32-year-old power forward to be your two-way cornerstone and win a championship. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? Defense wins championships. Defense, yeah, but you need offense to get you to the championship. Okay, and that's what Luka did. Okay, you could not have found other ways to maximize defense. Okay, it's not like the Mavs were void of defense. I mean, they just got beat by the better team in the Boston Celtics. I mean, when you have Likely, Gafford, PJ Wine, those are great defensive big guys and a 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? When I say great, I mean they got you to the final. So clearly they weren't just outscoring everybody. They were playing defense. Okay, so in this day and age, the offense has surpassed NBA defense, right? But you can still play serviceable defense though, and that's what you need in this day and age. Okay, yeah, elite defense, cool, but at what sacrifice to your offense? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Okay. And now he said, this is what's going on social media now. This is where because this is trending all over X when there's just no regrets. Okay, so this is the question in the comment that he responds about not having regrets. Harrison on if he could do it over again, would he do it in the same way given the reaction from the fan base? Yeah, there's no regrets on the trade. Part of my job is to do the best for the Mavericks, not only today, but also in the future. Some of the decisions I'm going to make are going to be unpopular, and that's my job, and I have to stand on it. One last thing, I also add that every trade I've done has been met with high scrutiny, and so eventually I'll earn the trust from the community back, but some of these trades are going to work out, and they have at a high level. Well, Kyrie is hurt. We don't know if Kyrie is going to stay with the Mavericks long term. Okay, we don't know how long the health of Anthony Davis is going to be after what he has 2 more years left on his contract. Maybe it was this year and next year. We don't know. In a couple years, we don't know. What could Nico look like the greatest GM of all time if he's able to flip this into a championship? All right, now, okay, no regrets, and you have to stand on it because there's no going back. Okay, like you felt you maximized, you didn't max. He's lying about maximizing the Luka Doncic trade. You saw I made a vid about Mikal Bridges. The Knicks gave like 5 first-round picks plus like 2 other pick swaps or whatever the hell, whatever. That was the whole laundry list of picks for Mikal Bridges. You're telling me Mikal Bridges is worth more in draft capital than Luka Doncic? Get out of here. Okay, like I mean, and then Anthony Davis. No disrespect to Anthony Davis, great player, but he is aging. He is injury prone. Okay, and then now you're saying that you have no regrets and like nobody, like everybody, all your trades are met with scrutiny. No, all your trades have not mostly been met with scrutiny. No, that's a lie. Okay, I mean, look, I mean, when Dallas was making trades and stuff, people were like, okay, that's a good fit, that's a good piece. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones who really understand the type of team you're trying to build, yeah, we understood those trades made sense. Now, in this aspect, this does not make sense. The Luka Doncic trade never made sense from a business standpoint, from a basketball standpoint, saying defense win championships. No, you need an elite star player to win a championship. Okay, long gone are the days of teams like the San Antonio Spurs, you know, where they have, well, I mean, you can make the case that Tim Duncan was a star player, Kawhi Leonard was becoming a star player. So you still need a cornerstone player. Who is the Dallas Mavericks cornerstone player when he's talking about winning championships, right? I mean, he doesn't build. He wants to earn trust back with the fans, and he's losing it by the minute. You know, every time he's at this point, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? I try to give him, like, he had an out of just being quiet, let it settle down, and let basketball heads understand that yes, it was the owner, but now it's like he's the owner's mouthpiece. I mean, it was to me now it sounds like the owner's like, yeah, let's get rid of Luka. Yeah, let's get rid of Luka. Yeah, we want to build a team on defense and defense with championships and yada yada. And it's like, what? So you're gonna build an all-defensive team? Where's the offense gonna come from? You know, I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, they're hustling backwards. You know, everything that he's built, you go from the finals, right? And then now, fast forward, your guys are like the laughing stock. You're the laughing GM, right? You know, I don't know if he's ever gotten any type of GM awards or anything like that. And not anymore. I don't see it. You know, he was on pace of being a good GM with all the pieces he's acquired. And I would love to see the Dallas Mavericks run it back with the same squad. You know what I'm saying? And what they've learned getting to the finals. I would not be surprised if Luka was still in Dallas, that the Mavericks might actually be a top 4 seeded team. You know what I'm saying? And then run it back. You know, get that experience. They got that championship run experience. They didn't win it, but now let's see Luka on avenge, you know, his failing of not winning the title last year in the playoffs, right? We're not going to see that. You know, I'm not complaining. Luka on the Lakers is fantastic for NBA. Great talk, great sports talk. I love it. Love his game with LeBron James. Love seeing what they're doing and where that storyline is going to end up going. Right, but you rob the Dallas Mavericks fans of their continued arc and storyline of Luka Doncic, and you cut it. You know, just as Luka was ascending and is getting in his prime, if not in his prime right now, you know, you send him off to Dallas, you send him off to LA, and the Dallas Mavericks fans who built equity, that you built equity as a GM, and then Luka's built equity with the fan base, and they've really ingratiated him, and they've earned that, be sticking around to see their great player try to win a title. You know, have their version of Jokic and see kind of like what Jokic did in Denver. Right, crazy. Man, I'm done on Nico. I tried to defend him. There is no defense. I didn't try to defend him. I just try to just, you know, be irrational about this. But the more he keeps talking, man, it's so bad right now. You know, there's no point. It's over. Your season is done. Stop mentioning Luka, man. Stop mentioning this. I know he's at a meeting immediately, but you've spoken enough. You've had the press conference on the trade. Then you didn't change your stance. Then you didn't change your stance. Now, what's the point of even talking about it? At this point, let the CEO and let the owner be talking about it instead of you taking all these trades. And then they're probably going to end up firing you. You know what I'm saying, in a year or two. Anyways, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.